Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody, let's go.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this day and this show finds you in good spirits and all of that, because we all deserve it every once in a while, a good day and all that. And there has been some good news, not the greatest of news, but there has been some good news in regards to this case. But there has been some new updates about in this case that I feel it would be very irresponsible of me not to actually cover or talk to you guys about these new pieces of information. And so the affidavit is out. I think it's very interesting. I call BS. I said it. I call BS. But I feel compelled to talk to you guys about it and show you guys the information that they have. What led to these two arrests? Okay? What led to the arrests? We are going to get into that conversation in a second here. There is some other information, some new updates, some graffiti and all that that's happened. Man, you guys have been really on this and sending me DMs like a mug. Real talk. And I also have another question about possible criminal number 3. We're going to talk about all that and more right here on the show. So do me a favor, before we jump into everything, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes as you start to file in. I appreciate every single last one of y'all for being here. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to every single last one of y'all, okay? I'm happy to be back here with more information. The information is flying like crazy, and I got so many other stories to cover with you guys. It's absolutely nuck and fuss, but you guys want to talk about this. So I'm giving you guys what you want. There's still some more other stuff like the list and all that, which we are going to be talking about most likely tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that, unless there's some new information that drops out of the sky in this particular case. I really doubt it, but we got to talk about that list. And we most definitely have got to talk about Cat Williams, y'all. But that's another one for some fun, a relaxing kind of conversation. We got to get into some things. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Make a scream out your name. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, crush that follow button on my Facebook page. All right? I cover a lot of stuff, and I post a lot of things on both of those platforms. But of course, if you are an Instagram person, a TikTok person, or an X person, please follow me on all of those platforms. The Pascal Show, one word, on all of those platforms, okay? We cover a lot of things here, okay? A lot of things. So be sure to subscribe and support the channel. And if you want to support the channel even more, hit that join button down below and consider becoming a member of the family. It's a very nice, beautiful, tight-knit group of amazing individuals. If you want to be a part of that, by all means, hit that join button down below. Or you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, anyway, we got to get into this. All right, we gotta get right into this. And I see an amazing super chats. Are those 2 super chats? 1 super chat. Why is that tripping? That thing's tripping. But I will get to that super chat in just a minute, okay? Dr. Ed, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the support, Doc. Don't worry. We're going to get into that. Trust and believe. But for those of y'all who are still kind of late to the soiree, all right? I didn't say party. I said soiree. These 2 individuals right here by the name of Ramon Preciado and Christopher Preciado, okay, have both been arrested for their involvement with the unalivings of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. These 2, we just saw them this morning. I was up super early in the morning to give you guys that information because they were arrested late last night. Okay. In fact, just as a quick, recap of all of that, let me show you guys this little news clip. Actually, wrong one. Hold on. Shoot. Let me pull this one up. That's what I meant to do. Okay, let me share this with y'all. But again, just a quick little recap so you guys can see what's going on, because I know some of you guys know, and I know some of y'all don't. Okay, so, but a quick recap. Here we go. All right.
It's the story we've been following all night. A father and son arrested in connection with the murders of 18-year-old Savannah Soto and 22-year-old Matthew Guerra.
19-year-old Christopher Preciado has been charged with capital murder. His father, 53-year-old Ramon Preciado, charged with abuse of a corpse in the case. Now, more charges are expected to be filed. Katrina Weber is live outside the Bexar County Jail. And Katrina, we understand police are linking this to a drug deal.
Yes. They are.
Well, that's what they've told us. Now, they say despite all of the talk on social media to the contrary, they believe that these two people are the only ones who were involved. One of the men in custody had trouble believing it himself.
Always fake news.
Fake news, as he said.
The 53-year-old Ramon Preciado wanted to call the news fake, but the charges against him and his 19-year-old son, Christopher, are real. Christopher Preciado is charged with capital murder. His father faces a charge related to moving the bodies. Police say Savannah Soto, who was pregnant, and Matthew Guerra both were gunned down the night of December 21st during a drug deal. Their bodies were found days later inside a car parked at a Northwest Side apartment complex. Although police did receive a lot of tips after releasing surveillance video, they say none of those panned out. They found the suspects through information in Soto's cell phone.
Okay. Hold on.
The individual, again, Christopher, we believe committed the murders of.
One thing I want to say, this is a really, really nice recap. I just need to let you guys know. Okay. Thank God for news. Every once in a while they get it right.
Of Matthew and Savannah. And then Ramon helped kind of dump the body. It appears to be a narcotic related deal that went bad.
Yes. Okay. So this could have been over a doggone dime bag? Over some trees? Okay. Again, we talked about this earlier. We talked about this early in the morning. We had a great, long, epic conversation this morning. But I got to say, something just doesn't feel right to me. Okay. And especially there's more to this in this affidavit. Okay, where they talk more information. They give us a lot more information. It's a lot of details in this. And I have a lot of questions, okay, within this affidavit because of what both Ramon, not Alien, Ramon and Christopher both say in this affidavit, okay? I just need to make that completely clear to you. All right. There's a lot that's going to be said here. We're going to be looking at this affidavit. Okay. Because we need to take a look at this as a family. All right. So we're going straight into this. Like I said, we're going straight into the meat and potatoes for this particular case. Okay. And again, this affidavit, why did it get smaller when I did that? Ha! That's what he said. Anyway, we have got to get into this because I want to share with you guys the information here. Okay, this is what the affidavit said. And I'm telling you right now, something does not fully feel right to me. I call BS. I'll say it now. We're going to get into this. It's only 6 pages long, so let's jump right into it, okay? Yeah, you see, you're the only one that caught that, Tyler. I think you're the only one that caught that, okay? I'm here all day, okay? I'm here all day long. Let's continue. Let's get into this affidavit, okay? So undersigned affiant Detective Goodwin, all right, being a peace officer under the laws of the state of Texas is being duly sworn on oath, makes the following statements and accusations. A victim in the case. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. There we go. For everybody, because this is such tiny print. You know, they never think that we're going to be watching these reading these on cell phones and whatnot, right? But it says a victim in the case has been identified as, we already know, Savannah, and the other one has been identified as Matthew. Okay, we're going to skip through all this stuff. An actor in the case has been identified as Christopher Preciado, okay, 19 years old. Then, of course, the defendant is further identified in SAPD computer files under SID number 1191061. It is a belief of your affiant that the offense of a capital M on multiple persons was committed on or about the 21st day of December 2023. Literally, last year was just a few days ago. That's pretty wild. In Bexar County, Texas. All right. Your affiant has probable cause for said belief by reason of the following facts. On December 23rd, 2023, Leon Valley Police received a call for a missing persons report. Family of the missing person stated that she was supposed to be induced for her pregnancy and did not show up for appointment. The family advised that she had not been able to get a hold of the family and stated she was not answering her phone. A check of the hospitals was conducted by the family, and it was found that the female was not at any of the hospitals. It was found that the female lived with her boyfriend. However, the family of the boyfriend advised they were not able to get in contact or in touch with him as well. The female was entered as a missing person by Leon Valley. Further investigation found that the female and her boyfriend were not responding to any phone calls, and their whereabouts were unknown. Media broadcasts on the news the story of the missing female and her boyfriend. I guess they broadcast on the news the story of the missing female and her boyfriend. I had to reread that. Sorry about that, guys. In the media, the boyfriend's car description was broadcast in the media and was said to be a 2013 gray Kia Altima. Let me just blow this up a tiny bit more. Yeah, that's a whole lot better for you guys. Okay, where was I? Gray Kia 2013 gray Kia Altima. Okay, or Optima. Sorry. On the 26th of December 2023, a resident of 5903 Danny Kane Drive. I feel like every time I hear Danny Kane, I think of Danity Kane. And I'm sure Diddy does too. Moving on, a resident of 5903 Danny Kane Drive messaged the family of the female and advised them that they believed the vehicle was parked at 5903 Danny Kane Drive. The family contacted Leon Valley and drove, I think it's Leon Valley Police, and drove to the location. Upon Leon Valley Police arrival to the location, Leon Valley Police observed the vehicle. Inside the vehicle was a deceased pregnant female in the front seat, and a deceased male in the back seat of the vehicle. San Antonio police were contacted. Let me get rid of this ad. San Antonio police were contacted, and your affiant, the person who was the lead detective in this case, okay, made it to that location, made the location, all right? Upon arrival to the location, your affiant observed the vehicle. The vehicle was a 2013 Kia Optima with a Texas license plate of TRC 9447. Your affiant checked the VIN number, and the VIN number was the same VIN number that was broadcast on the news for the missing couple. A check of the information through the NCIC, TCIC showed the vehicle belonged to the boyfriend of the female. So that very car where these deceased individuals were found in was indeed Matthew's car. Okay? All right. That car did belong to Matthew. Your affiant observed the front right passenger side of the vehicle. Your affiant observed a deceased pregnant female inside of the front right passenger seat. Due to your affiant knowledge of the female on a previous M case from 2022, Ethan, remember? Her brother Ethan, your affiant recognized the female to be that of the missing female. So because he's met her before in a previous case and knew her from that previous case, he knew just by glancing at her that this was indeed the same pregnant woman, the same pregnant teenage mother-to-be, Savannah Soto, that he has worked with and talked to in the past. Okay, so he knew right then. The female appeared to have trauma to her head. Oh, it gets crazy, guys. Get ready. This is such BS in just a little bit, but this is very interesting information on how they were able to surround these two individuals. Okay, both Ramon, not Julian, and his son Christopher. Okay, a search warrant. Oh, whoops. Your affiant then observed the back of the vehicle. Your affiant observed a deceased male in the back seat of the vehicle. The deceased male resembled the boyfriend to the female. The male had an apparent GSW to his head. You know what GSW means by this point. Code words, guys. It appears the male had been dragged into the vehicle. Your affiant did not observe any weapon near the male. Remember, people were out here wondering, hey, was this an MS? Get it? Did he unalive and then unalive himself kind of thing? No. Again, no weapon was found. Okay? No weapon was found near him or even in the car. But one thing that he said that was interesting is that he said that his body was dragged. So I know you internet sleuths, you know, the sofa detectives out here, armchair detectives out here are probably starting to do math in y'all's head. Go on ahead, okay? Pull out the Texas Instrument calculator and start doing the long math, okay? But it is very interesting that it appeared that he was dragged into the vehicle. We're going to continue, though. Let's continue on. Search warrant was requested so entry into the vehicle could be conducted. While waiting for the search warrant, your affiant spoke to the families of the female and the male. It was found that the boyfriend to the female sold narcotics, which we already know about that, okay, and would use his phone through cellular communication as well as social media to sell his merchandise. It was also advised, we got to use these code words, guys. It was also advised that the boyfriend would post money and merch on Instagram. Like there was no shame in his game. That's how he had things moving. That's how he moved his ish, right? That's how he moved weight through social media, which is very bold, might I add. It was stated that people wanted to rob the boyfriend, and it was stated that the boyfriend had been shot at before. The family provided your affiant with the phone number of the female. The family of the male provided your affiant with his phone number as well as his Instagram. So I'm sure he was diving into his DMs, looking through all of the stuff, just seeing what was going on in here, okay? When the search warrant arrived at the location, a search of the vehicle was conducted. The search found spent shell casings in the vehicle. However, there was no weapon recovered in the vehicle. These are all very important pieces of information because some people are going, oh, this could have been an MS, and is clearly saying it is not. There was apparent blood transfer on the outside of the vehicle that was not consistent with the boyfriend causing harm to the female. In other words, that trace could have been from him being dragged into the car. You see what I'm saying? Just a possibility. Could be other things though too, okay? But that's interesting, right? Let's continue. I mean, that's just my theory, all right? Both the female and male had GSWs to the head, and the male also had apparent drag marks on his back, which they said earlier. It's believed that the female and male were unalived at a different location. And the vehicle was driven to the recovered location. Now, we already know that piece, that there was, that the car clearly was moved somewhere else. But I'm interested to hear about what actually happened to their bodies after they were deceased, right? After they were unalived. What happened between the 23rd till the what happened on what happened from like the 22nd, let's just say that, of December, because this was late at night allegedly. What happened then, between then and the 26th, when they were actually found, right? When they were actually found in this particular location. I'm curious, right? And I'm sure you guys are curious about that as well. Let's continue, okay? So clearly the car was driven somewhere else. We already saw the footage, the surveillance footage, but I'm saying, were the bodies moved somewhere else before they were moved to their final location? You see what I'm saying? There was no forced entry in the house, in Savannah and Matthew's home. But how did this happen? Where were they for the few days before there was a movement, right? Something just doesn't math out for me, in my personal opinion, okay? Just my opinion. And I'm not sitting here saying, no, is there 17 people involved? Nah, I'm not saying that at all. They got their dudes. I just don't think they have everybody yet. But let's continue here, okay? So it was moved. Clearly, they were unalived in one location and dropped and left off in another location, which is where they were found. Correct? So let's continue. During further investigation, your affiant found video surveillance. Video at 5903 Danny K. The video surveillance found that on the 21st of December, 2023, around 11:59 p.m., almost midnight, a Chevy Silverado gray, driving with its lights off from the vehicle recovered location. Interesting. The Silverado pulled in the middle of the back parking lot and parked the vehicle. The victim's vehicle could be seen approaching the Chevy Silverado. The victim's vehicle parked next to the Silverado. We've all seen this surveillance footage, okay? A heavyset male, big pun, exited the Silverado. Puerto Rico, gets out of the Silverado, and the driver's side door of the victim's vehicle opened. The heavyset male, big pun, approached the vehicle, the driver of the victim's vehicle, and appeared to speak to the driver, most likely Christopher. The heavyset male, big pun, then got a towel. Then gets, I think that's the typo, then gets a towel from his vehicle and appears to wipe down the outside of the victim's vehicle door where he had touched the vehicle. The driver of the victim's vehicle exited the vehicle for a brief moment and sat back in the driver's seat. The driver did not match the description of the female victim or the male victim because it's Chris. The Hispanic male got back into his vehicle. The victim's vehicle drove behind the building where the vehicle was found on December 26, 2023. The Silverado followed the victim's vehicle. Approximately 3 minutes later, that same Chevy was observed leaving from behind the building where the victim's vehicle was found. The victim's vehicle did not leave that location. It was believed that the victims were already gone in the vehicle at the time of the video observed. It is believed the unknown driver and heavyset male, big pun, observed parked. And the heavyset male observed parked the victim's vehicle at the location in an effort to hide the vehicle. I mean, duh, right? That's a dead ass giveaway. Okay? Dead ass giveaway. And don't worry, I'm going to get to super chats here in just a minute. We're going to take a small little breather. Let me get through this next paragraph here. Okay? So on the 2nd of January, on January 2nd, 2024, your affiant provided one of the victim's cell phones to Detective Knox at the Technical Investigations Unit. On the 3rd of January, your affiant received the phone download from Detective Knox. Your affiant found that the victim had recently searched the street of Charlie Chan Drive. Reverse math is happening right now, guys. Charlie Chan Drive. Due to your affiant's knowledge of the crime scene area, your affiant was aware that Charlie Chan Drive was a couple blocks away from the victim vehicle recovery location. Your affiant was able to discover that the victim's vehicle pinged near Charlie Chan Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 11:50 p.m. on the night they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving until around 11:54 p.m. that same night. The vehicle then traveled to 5903 Danny K. Drive, where the victims and their vehicle were discovered on December 26, 2023. Interesting, right? They did the math. They went and they said, okay, they saw that this person Google mapped or whatever, Charlie Chan Drive. They were able to do the reverse math and they noticed, hey, oh, wait a second. That car was pinged there too. So he even though he Googled it, even though one of the phones, by the way, they said one of the phones. Let me just say that again. Okay. They said provided one of the victim's cell phones. So remember, we talked about this before. Apparently, Matthew's brother was saying that somebody else had somebody's phone. I don't know if it was Matthew's phone. I don't know if it's Savannah's phone, but from what we're understanding, police only have one of the phones. One of them. They provided information from one of the cell phones to Detective Knox. Now, I know that may be the situation where they only were able to obtain information from one phone, but to me, this tells me that they only had one phone. That's how I'm taking it. How are you guys taking that? Okay. But real quick, let me get some of these super chats really, really quick. Okay. And we're going to continue on. I promise. We are going to definitely continue on here, but that's very interesting. Okay. It's very, very interesting that that they were able to look at this particular cell phone and then just reverse math the hell out of it. Ain't that something? It's it's a pro and con. You know what I mean? Cell phones, can't live with them. You can't get away with them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't live with them, can't live without them. It's pretty insane, right? But thank God, whose ever phone that was, okay, they found that one of the victims recently searched Charlie Chan Drive, and they were able to reverse math that to the actual location where they were last seen. We're not even done yet. We're going to get there, though. Have mercy. Okay? Do me a favor before we continue going. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Please and thank you. Don't forget to do that. All right? Let's get it past. Man, I would love to get it past. I'd love to get it past 1K. Okay? We're going big tonight. 1K. Let's get to 1K. All right? So a K. All right? Okay? Hit that like button down below. Hit that reaction button if you're watching anywhere else. Okay, that would really mean a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on all my social medias. Okay, please and thank you. All right, let's get into this. And of course, yes, Debbie, thank you so much for that reminder. Please go check out my secondary channel. It's called The Pascal Show Clips. I've been taking out a lot of our Speak On It segments and all that and putting those onto my secondary channel. If you just wanted to hear what everybody else thinks, aside from just myself, go check that out. I will be putting out other pieces and segments and all that onto that channel as well. So please subscribe on both platforms. Anyway, Dr. Ed, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Hey, he is the highest in the room. Okay, highest in the room. I appreciate it. You are a great professional and love your music too. Thank you so much. Respect and love, Dr. Moskowitz. Moskowitz. You have wits back to back, but it's okay. And Julie, thank you so much. Julie and Dr. Ed, I really do appreciate you guys. Okay, to the Moskowitz, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support and Happy New Year to you, everybody who's watching right now. It's Albus. Whoa. Gifting 5. Yo, thank you so much. Welcome to the family. To all of those 5 members, please put some purple heart emojis for both Dr. Ed and Albus, okay, who is just, getting Christmas back up and running again, even though we just got done with it. But it's the season for giving. Every day is a season for giving. So I appreciate that. All right. Thumper, thank you so much for being a member for the past 2 months. Anyone know Pascal's email? I think somebody already answered it for you, but thank you so much. What is this? Oh, sorry. Micro Kimmy, thank you so much for the 2. I just emailed you both their county clerk records. I also have it, but I will take a look at that one as well. Maybe there's a new updated version and all that. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, you guys have been sending me so much stuff over the course of the day. I got this emailed to me, this affidavit sent to me. There's so much that's going on. It's pretty insane. So we're going to be going through everything together. So we ain't done yet. Okay. But again, they were able to do reverse math using one of the cell phones, which to me means that doesn't sound like they have both cell phones. So maybe the brother, Matthew's brother, is right. Maybe he is telling the truth. Remember, he was sitting there going, hey, we were texting on one of the phones. There was that ... like somebody was messing with it, and then it suddenly stopped, right? So somebody out there had the cell phone. It could have fallen out of somebody's pocket. It could have been held as a souvenir. You never know. People are crazy out here in these streets, and I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past Christopher keeping some sort of souvenir just for ish and giggles, okay? Or if just to use it to continue covering his tracks because, maybe he thought that by sending out text messages like Brian Laundrie did, okay, with the Gabby Petito thing, that it would get them off his track, off his scent for a little bit longer. That could be a possibility as well. But let's continue here, okay? So they pinged. They saw that the vehicle was there. It didn't move again until a few minutes later. It was only 4 minutes. Okay. And then the vehicle traveled over to the location where they were last found on the 26th of December. So your affiant conducted computer searches and was able to locate a vehicle that looked identical to the suspect vehicle seen on camera with the victim vehicle. Your affiant did research on the owner of the vehicle and found the owner of the vehicle matched the description of the male that exited the vehicle on camera. Now, what are the chances of them doing their due diligence, doing their reverse math, seeing that the location that they live in, and they do all the math, they check out the vehicles and they go, oh, that's interesting. There's a gray Chevy Silverado in the driveway. What are the chances? Then they go and they look in even more and they find out that Ramon has a few LBs and that he physically matches the description that they saw in the video. That can, like, you, there's just not, come on. Come on. You know? Like, don't get me wrong. There's so many of us that are of same sizes and shapes and all that. But what are the chances, right? Can't just be a coinky dink. Right? Right. Let's continue. Homicide detectives went to a vehicle location listed above and found the listed vehicle at the location. Oh my gosh. They didn't even move the car. They didn't even get rid of the car. Come on. Come on, guys. They didn't even get rid of the truck because these are not smart criminals. Come on. Let's move on. While at the residence on Charlie Chan, a person identified as Ramon Preciado, I know I'm making it sound Italian, his last name, but Preciado, reported knowing why SAPD was at his residence. Okay. Tell me you did it without telling me you did it. Okay. Ramon informed the SAPD detectives to speak with his son. I mean, it's a dead giveaway. He said, please talk to my son, identified as Christopher. This dude is going to squawk so hard. This man is about to talk so much. Do you understand? As soon as 5-0 showed up, Chris, he just said, Chris, you want to talk to my son? Come here, Chris. Like, come on, man. This man's going to squawk so hard. One day in prison, one day in jail, he going to be talking so much, y'all. Wait for it, dog. I mean, shoot, Jackie Sue, I don't blame him either, but at the same time, he still had his hand in it. Okay? He's like, I'm going to help you out. I'm sorry. It's kind of funny to me. Son, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Come on. It's hilarious. He goes, son, I'm going to help you out, son. Move him over there. Cops show up. Chris didn't even stand in front of him. He just said, come on. He's right over here. Come on. Come on. That's funny as hell. Oh, my God. Okay. You can hear it in his voice when he was in that car. He's getting everything he deserves. Okay? Both of them. Let's continue. Chris! I ain't do nothing. He did. I'm going to hold it down for you. Whoop, whoop, Chris. I'm done. All right, let's continue. Oh, my God. He was quick to identify his own son. All right, so let's move on. So Ramon and Christopher were transported to SAPD homicide to speak with your affiant, while additional SAPD detectives searched the residence on Charlie Chan Drive under the authority of a search warrant. I'm telling you, these, like I said, I'm going to hold it down for you, son. You know what I mean? It's all about family. It's all about family, son. Whoop, whoop. He did it. Yeah, my son did. I didn't do nothing. He's right over here. I know everything. If you need the information, I got you, bro. everything. Okay. I even have it all on tape. Dad, you recorded me? Yes, I did, son. Come on. Let's continue. Your affiant spoke with Ramon after Ramon was read his Miranda rights or his Miranda warnings. Ramon admitted to driving his Chevy Silverado to the Danny K Drive, where he met with Christopher Preciado, his son. Ramon identified himself on surveillance video from the Danny K Drive as the person observed exiting the Silverado. Ramon reported meeting Christopher at this apartment complex, who was driving the other vehicle. This vehicle is the vehicle in which Matthew Guerra and Savannah Soto were found deceased. Ramon admitted to assisting Christopher at the Danny K Drive. Ramon knowingly treated the human remains of Matthew and Savannah and the unborn child of Savannah named Fabian in an offensive manner by leaving them in the abandoned vehicle. Okay. So there's a lot to dissect here. Okay. But Ramon was quick to say that he was, yes, that's me in the car driving that truck. He said he met up with Christopher. Christopher was the one driving Matthew's car. All right. Now, Ramon admits to knowingly treating the human remains of Matthew and Savannah and, of course, Fabian in an offensive manner by leaving them in the abandoned vehicle. Very interesting. Now, because he just knowingly left them there, I don't know. Did he pants him himself? I don't know. Did he pants Matthew himself? I do not know. But on some real stuff, have mercy. He was like, I'm willing to do all this. And then he still squawked as soon as police showed up. Have mercy. So, your affiant, and I'm actually, let me just keep this real. As much as I was laughing because I thought that was hilarious, I'm very thankful. I know this sounds messed up, but I am very thankful that he didn't put up a fight, that he was quick to turn on his son, that he was quick to say, nope, Chris, he was involved. I was here. At least that part, I will sit here and say I'm glad that actually the admitting that he was that person in the truck and all that. Those are good things, in my personal opinion, because that gets us closer to getting some justice for Soto and Guerra, right? And for Fabian. Let's not forget Fabian. All right. But this is very interesting when they say that that he knowingly treated the human remains of these these three, to be exact, in an offensive manner. I'm wondering what that really means exactly. But let's move on. Okay. I'm going to hold it down for you, son. Whoop, whoop. Chris. So let's continue. Your affiant then spoke with Chris. Now, this is the very interesting piece right here. This whole part about Chris. Okay. Everybody hates Chris right now, understandably. So let's get into this. They spoke with Christopher after Christopher was read his Miranda warnings, his Miranda rights. You know, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you do can and will be used against you in a court of law, that kind of thing. All right. So he reported Matthew Guerra and Savannah Soto drove to his residence on Charlie Chan Drive to sell him some trees. Some ganj. That ooh-wee. Okay. Christopher went on to provide a version of events that were inconsistent with evidence collected at the scene and from the victim's recovered vehicle. Christopher claimed that the male victim, Matthew, pointed a weapon at him. And Christopher was able to manipulate the manipulate the weapon, resulting in the female being hit with the bullet. Christopher then stated that, I guess, the weapon was pointed at him again, and he manipulated the weapon again, resulting in the male victim being hit with the bullet. Okay. Can we just take a brief chronic break on this right here? Could we just consume this real quick? So he's saying on not Jackie Chan, on Charlie Chan Drive, he suddenly got John Woo up in this piece. That the gun was pointed out towards him and he went like he did a block type of thing. He was able to manipulate the weapon so that the weapon would go all the way from being pointed at him, however he was in the car or outside of the car, whatever it may be, so that it would go off in young Savannah's face. Oh, I forgot. Let's not forget point blank range. Back of the right ear, if I'm correct. Right? So he went Neo up in this thing, like just, you know what I'm saying? And then Matthew was trying to pull the trigger, but as he pulled the trigger, it just like moved and went right over here and bang, bang. Point blank range on that little sweetheart. What? Then he says, after that, Matthew tried to aim at him again. Pulls the gun towards him. Suddenly he does another move. And somehow it goes, whoa, bow, like that. Explain that. That don't make sense. Point blank range. It was up against the flesh. Make that make sense. So right now he's saying that this was self-defense. Come on, y'all. I ain't got time for this today. I really don't. I really don't. Okay? I really, really don't today. But this guy wants to entertain us today. Instead of like, okay, conversation's done. We got the bad guys locked up. One's at like $600,000 bail and another one's at $2 million or something like that. I don't even know. Still. Fantastic, right? But no, we think we're done with this story and they're still coming up on, well, no. I went Liam Neeson's on them. I'm part of the Matrix. I was able to bend the rules of physics. I went John Wick on him. Pow, pow, pow. Explain that. Explain that. Continuing on, because this is some horse manure. Moving on. Christopher's statement is inconsistent, with the GSWs suffered by Matthew Guerra and Savannah Soto and the evidence located at the crime scene, because he's lying. Christopher Preciado intentionally discharged a firearm at Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra with the intention of causing their demise. The actions of Christopher Preciado resulted in the demise of Matthew Guerra, Savannah Soto, and Savannah Soto's unborn child named Fabian. But they say your affiant has a reason to believe and does believe the said defendant, Christopher, on or about the 21st day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, intentionally caused the demise of multiple persons in violation of Section whatever that is. Okay? This is all done and signed on the 3rd. So this young man, this little monster, has the absolute gall to sit here and say that this was self-defense. Where the bullets were found, the evidence that was found out here in around the car, in and around the car, tell a different story. The markings on Matthew Guerra's back tell a different story. It doesn't make any sense for them to sit here and say, for this guy to sit here and say, oh no, I maneuvered. I manipulated his arm in some weird Kung Fu Kill Bill type of maneuver. I was able to do whatever I needed to do to get the gun out of my face. But oh, God forbid, lo siento. She got hit. And then he tried to pull the trigger again. And then I was able to manipulate the gun again for it to go off in the back of his head. Okay, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work for me. Okay? So self-defense, my ass. My ass. We got more. But if you notice, a few things we got to think about, okay, within this affidavit. Okay? A few things. Body was dragged. At least his body was dragged. From what it sounds like, Ramon may have moved the bodies as well. How much did he move? We don't know. The other thing is what happened before Matthew and Savannah went over to Charlie Chan Drive, before they went to the Preciado's home. What happened before that? Was there an aliving that happened beforehand that we don't know about yet? How long were they, the car was moved. Remember, the car was moved. It was there, but then it was moved 4 minutes later. Let me see if I can find that one more time. Here it is. It's just short affidavit. It's not Idaho 4 affidavit. You feel me? But it says here, they were able to discover the victim's vehicle pinged near the Charlie Chan Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 11:50 p.m. on the night they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving again until 11:54 p.m. Then the vehicle moved down to Danny Kaye. So this whole thing happened within 4 minutes. They pulled up, and again, this is just speculation. This is just my theory of how things went down. It sounds like Matthew got a text message saying, hey, he wanted the hookup. Possibly. Could have been through Savannah too. Doesn't matter. She's plug adjacent. She may not be the plug, but she's right next to the plug. So for a fact she's getting friends hitting her up being like, yo, I heard he got that ish. I heard he got some new merch, or I heard he got a little bit. We're trying to kick it this weekend. Can you hook us up? Right? So the same thing could have happened here too. That correspondence could have happened between Savannah and Christopher. But still, from their understanding, this was going to be a quick turn. This is going to be a quick deal. Drive down, exchange, grab the money, get the hell out. Go back home and continue watching The Grinch on TV. That could possibly be it. But maybe when they did that, this kid has some sort of thirst for blood. I don't know why. But does what he does. And it takes 2 seconds to pull the trigger. It takes 2 seconds for somebody to lose their life like that. Erased. Especially with a pew-pew. Let's keep it real. So that is the part that doesn't make sense to me. That's the one thing I'm still trying to understand myself, right? It's a hard one it's a very big pill to swallow, right? Why did this all go down? Who was he corresponding with? Was it directly Matthew, or was it Savannah, or was it both? And, of course, I've been seeing people say, oh, he's real. He looks like one of those guys who keeps to himself, like an incel type guy. I don't know. To me, it sounds like he's just a, 19-year-old guy. I don't know. It just seems a bit odd how all this went down, and why it went down the way it did is very weird. And then again, it was right behind the ear. It's very specific. The other part, around the time of 11:50 a.m. and 11:54 a.m., between those 4 minutes, no one heard loud popping noises, loud gunshots in the background of the house in that area. I'm curious. I'm very curious. I mean, you hear you hear what's the thing? You hear fireworks going off in your, you hear fireworks going off in your neighborhood all the time, don't you guys? I mean, I understand it's fireworks, but if you hear just bang bang, are you not kind of curious where that came from? And this was right in his area, in his neighborhood. No one heard anything? I'm just curious. Like I said, I'm just curious about how that all went down and why it all went down the way it did. We got more stuff, but real quick, Penny, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And just like Penny, please. I like that name, Forbes. Makes me think of money. Penny, thank you so much. It's interesting, Penny Forbes, get it? But anyway, thank you, Penny, for becoming a member. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are interested, be like Penny. Join the family by hitting that join button down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Again, I got a lot of questions about that, okay? And we're not done yet. We got more to look at and more to talk about. But that's just one thing that I find to be very interesting. Okay. Now I saw this, the group chat on Facebook had some very interesting things to share. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people have shared this stuff already. But one thing that people were saying was that this was a post. What? Hold on, guys. Hey, sorry about that. Computer getting a little glitchy. But that this was a post made by Ramon's company, okay, saying that they posted this right around the time that they went missing, right? Then that's really interesting. So they were still trying to act like everything was normal and everything was fine, sitting here saying almighty air conditioning and heating from our almighty family to yours, have an amazing Christmas and wonderful New Year's. They kept on acting like it was just normal. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had a little bit of a glitch, a weird glitch that happened. So I had to refresh really quick. But I was gone like 2 seconds and I'm back. But still, something that I found very interesting. Why? Act like everything's normal. Act like it's business as usual, so that we don't look like we're bad people out here, that we were involved in the unaliving of 2 people that we just a few days ago ditched their bodies somewhere. That's crazy, guys. And people are going out of their way, excuse me, People are going out of their way to put that, they were going out of their way to try to make it seem like they didn't do anything wrong. Business as usual, y'all, right? So I have one thing here. Hold on. Jeez. You guys are sharing things to me, so I'm going to just pull these up so you guys can see them too, which I find to be interesting as well. Is this, and this is from the Bexar County clerk, like district clerk court records, and it's showing everything that happened on not in the past, but because he has other things like unauthorized use of vehicle, aggravated A with a deadly weapon, y'all. That's interesting. But that was in 1999. So he apple don't fall far from the tree. Okay. Interesting. But then it says recently, 21st of December, both of them, one's the abuse of corpse and alter, conceal human corpse. I mean, that's some crazy stuff, y'all. Like, that's some crazy stuff. That's crazy. The other thing, too, I heard that, too. Some other people were talking about that as well. Where is that? M just said this kid was also on the Facebook page about this particular crime, too. And I'm not, I'm going to be real. I'm not surprised about that. Isn't that the new wave? Isn't that the new way we live now? Because you got to remember, you got somebody who's out here who's done this unthinkable crime. And the only people that are out here talking about it more than media, than mainstream, than news, local news, is the internet. And there's a lot of things, I'm sure, that kid was probably lurking in the internet, in those group chats, trying to see what y'all know and what y'all don't know. You feel me? And so he's like, okay, it looks like they're looking at an Annalisa and a Julian. Okay, so I'm good. Dad, we're fine. We're fine. Everyone thinks it's these people. They don't think it's me or you. They think it's somebody else named Julian. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised. I think we should always expect these monsters lurking in the group chats, okay? In the group discussions and whatnot. But I will say this, though. Don't let that entertain your thoughts. Does that make sense? Because some of you guys take that too far, and then next thing you know, you got, I don't know, another dude named Papa Roach or something like that getting in trouble, okay? This is my last resort. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that, okay? Because you might be accusing the wrong dude. Like I said, some people are going in on this Julian guy. For why? For what reason? For why? For why? Because they had time? Because they had time. That's literally why they went after these people, that Julian individual. Okay? Like like I said, it's crazy, guys. Okay? Crazy. I got another video for you. But so there's this other thing, okay? So there's something else. You guys have been sending me. Y'all been wild out here, okay? Y'all been wilding, okay? And I appreciate you guys giving me some information and giving me some stuff. But at the same time, I am not going to share this photo. I will not, okay? Because we don't know everything as of yet. I've heard some stories about the mother being brought in for questioning, but I will not show this mother's face because we don't know if she's involved or not. So I will say this. I have a lot of questions about who that third person is in the car. My assumptions now, my speculations, my theories are that it is the mother in the car. That's what I think. I think the third person in that car is the mama. Now, people have been sending me photos of the mama. Okay. I'm not showing the photo because I don't think it's the right thing to do. When she is actually brought in and she is actually arrested, then I will plaster that mother lover's face all over this mother lover. But honestly, it is not the right thing to do. It is reckless. And they are already dealing with a lot of stuff at that house. Cars are getting, you guys have been sending me all this stuff. Cars, the son's car has been graffitied, okay, has been vandalized, saying baby on a liver, baby K-er on it and all that stuff, okay? And honestly, I don't want to be that person, okay? People are already posting this photo out here. Trust and believe when she is arrested, because I have a feeling she will be arrested, then I'll post it. But I will say this, everyone needs to tranquilo. Everyone needs to relax when it comes to that house and when it comes to the mother, because we could be completely wrong. But I will say this, feels like, to me, mama's involved. That's just what I think. But I will not be going out here and trying to smear the mother's name or putting her face on blast or anything of that in that kind of way. Okay. And honestly, I don't think that I agree. I don't think the vandalism is the right thing to do. Okay. I really think it's a waste of time. I get that people are angry, but at the same time, that does not bring justice for the families. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And what if the mother's, excuse me, and what if the mother's completely innocent? Let's not forget that. What if there wasn't a third person in that car? There was a third person in that car. I am not crazy, okay? There was a third person in that car, all right? And it wasn't a dog, okay? There was a person in that car. That was not a glitch. That was not like a headlight hitting the thing in a weird way and it bounced off the thing and reflected off the moon and then bounced down and hit the security cam lens in that kind of way. It was not that, okay? It was not. Somebody was in that car helping Ramon get the rag. Why would the rag move by itself? And I think that will always be the thing, the moving rag. Now it'll be a thing. If it's never solved and that person is still out here, living and breathing in this freedom from this point on, there will always be that question of who moved the rag. And did the rag actually move? Wait for it. But we got more. Okay. But I did want to address that because you guys have been sending me stuff, which I do appreciate. I'm not sitting here saying don't send me information and all that, because it's nice to know when things are on and popping. But at the same time, like I said, nothing is fully done yet. Right. And I've heard that she may have been brought in for questioning, but that could have just been standard procedure. Okay. But let us continue. Yeah, I'm going to share this with you guys because this is crazy. I just think it's crazy. And now, okay. New. I don't know if that music's, fair use or not, copywritten free or whatever you want to call it. But I want to share this with you guys really, really quick. All right. Oh, you need to see it too. Let me try that again. Okay. This is a video. As you guys can see right here, it says his car, or at least one of the cars in the family's driveway, was vandalized, called the baby K-er. Okay. There's obviously much closer footage of this, but as you can see, I mean, look, you even got somebody down there already filming right in the front driveway. okay? Filming all of this stuff. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to try this better. Hold on. See, this doggone internet does not want to be my friend. I'm telling you. Hold on. Because I know this is getting shared. People are watching this like crazy. Crazy. And it's like this person, whoever this Carlos character, whoever this shoot. Whoever this Carlos character is, he is he's been posting all kinds of stuff at just the front lawn of this house, and it's, I mean, I'm gonna be real. That's dangerous. That's really, really dangerous. Aha, there we go. See, I mean, like, boom. And it looks like, I don't know who that, I think that could be the mom. Just going home. But I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Okay. And the only thing I'm going to say is this is when I'm waiting, unless there's no reason to be there, right? But this is where I'm waiting for a slew of, like, a mob showing up. I'm just waiting for the mobs to start showing up and saying, like, you know, what did you do to her? And what did you do to Savannah? Did you know anything? I'm waiting for people, unless the mother gets arrested too, right? Because you saw somebody. That must have been the mama. I'm waiting for people to be congregating outside the door, people traveling from all over the country, just to be right there in their front lawn, giving them hell. You don't remember those stories of, let's see, Gabby Petito. Let's not forget Quentin, Simon. Remember all those stories that we talked about? Okay. Leilani, and all those stories. I'm waiting for that same thing. Okay. If there's no full justice, 2 of them are already locked up right now. But if people think that she is involved in some sort of way, I could see more and more people showing up and making her life a living hell. And the neighbors' lives a living hell. And also, by the way, I will say this. I mean, this house is kind of nice, man. This house is kind of nice, though. Look at that house, man. That's a nice house. That looks like a really nice neighborhood, too. Man, that's crazy. But they went up and they did that. They did that to his car. Okay? That's crazy. Crazy. All right? I don't think that helps the situation, but I get it. People are going to retaliate. People are angry. People feel some type of way, especially because of what happened to Savannah and little Fabian. Absolutely. I totally agree the anger. But I think we need to funnel that energy towards something more productive, more constructive with this situation. But shoot, Jackie Sue, you ain't wrong. She more than needs to move out of that house. She needs to leave the state. If they don't, I'm telling you right now, I know that, you know, some of you guys may think it may be somebody else in that car, but I really do think that person who was in the car is her. That's what I think. Now, did she know? Did she know? Yes. I really do think she knew. I don't think Papa would go on this long excursion without her knowing what went down. That's what I think. Okay? But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, people are going to be showing up on that front lawn if they don't feel that justice is happening swiftly enough. That's what I see happening very, very soon. Let me get some of these super chats really quick. Deborah, thank you so much. Welcome to the family, Deborah Erickson. Thank you so much. Thank you. Join the family if you can. Hit that join button down below. It's Dubs. Thank you so much for the 2. If it was the flipped image, it was doctored. No, it's not the flipped image. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not the flipped image. It is just a video that we've been playing over and over again. I have not even manipulated that video at all. It is exactly how 5-0 left it out here, and it has not been manipulated at all or doctored. It is just literally cover to cover, them meeting. There's an exchange. He walks over to grab a rag. That rag moves, and that is weird. And I know for a fact that person, whatever they were trying to do, was trying not to be caught on camera. But they were still trying to hold it down for their family. That's why I think it's the mama. I really do. I really think it's the mama. I think we have another version of the Brian Laundries. Not obviously not the same story, but I'm saying them trying to cover the tracks of their son so that their son doesn't get in trouble. And that's not right, obviously. We've already talked about that. Don't do that, guys. Don't be dumb out here in these streets. Okay? There's better things to do than to, occupy your time with that kind of mess. We got another video, though. Let me pull this up for you.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, huh?
That is a man accused of helping to hide the bodies of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra.
Actually, another thing I will say, somebody said this, I think, if I remember correctly, in our Speak On It this morning, and I'm going to point it out again. What are the possibilities of, and we've already had this conversation, but I'm going to bring it up again. What are the possibilities of the son just straight up lying to his parents? Saying exactly what he said to the police. Oh, the guy he brandished a gun and I maneuvered it like I was John Woo. I was Jackie Chan up in this piece, and the gun went off twice and they both perished, right? Like, what are the chances of him actually saying that to his parents, and they, by the power of denial, believed every single thing that he said? Like, it makes me think of the scene in one of the worst Star Wars movies, but with Jar Jar Binks, where he has like the gun, but it's like on his foot or something like that. It's attached to something, and he keeps on trying to move his leg, and the taser, whatever you want to call it, the gun keeps going off and killing all the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't hurt me, and it keeps going off, and it's just killing all these bad guys. But he doesn't even know what he's doing. He didn't even know he was doing it. It's kind of like that. Oh, don't hurt me. Bang, bang. And then these two people are gone. And he's like, oh, I don't know what happened. I was just protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think it was the Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, whatever one that was it was just terrible. Just terrible. Terrible movie. Okay, but I just remember that part. He was like, oh no, and it's like going off. And I know that there's some people who have that crazy theory, like he was always, he's just playing the imbecile, but he's some dark Jedi master. I remember seeing that theory somewhere online. I'm like, whoa, somebody's been smoking weed. But let's continue with this video. Again, there's a possibility that the reason why he's like fake news, you don't know what's going on kind of thing. Maybe he's saying that because he believes his son. Maybe he believes his son like that. Let's get this.
Ramon Preciado and his son Christopher arrested last night for their alleged parts in the murders.
But today, more charges have been filed against the father and son. Christopher Preciado charged with capital murder. Now 2 more additional charges of abuse of a corpse and alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse. His father, Ramon, is also charged with abuse of a corpse and the newly added charge of alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse.
We're also, for the very first time, hearing from the family, Guerra's father and stepmother, speaking to KSAT today. Eric Hernandez reports they're hoping for the full extent of punishment for both men.
Upset, anger, all kinds of emotions just going through.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra are breathing a sigh of relief after Christopher Preciado and his father Ramon were arrested Wednesday night in the deaths of their son Matthew Guerra, his girlfriend Savannah Soto, and their unborn child Fabian.
That was definitely a relief of mine that, I can hold someone accountable. I've been talking about justice for the three of them since it started.
Gabriel and Raquel say neither of them know who Christopher and Ramon are. According to the arrest affidavit, Matthew and Savannah met Christopher to allegedly sell them marijuana. We asked the Guerras about that information after they had previously stated that Matthew was trying to turn his life around.
Matthew hasn't made the best decisions, but he. I'll make no excuses for him, but whatever he did, I don't condone that at all. But that being said, no one deserves to be murdered, period, for regardless of what kind of activity you're in or what you're doing.
I completely agree, 110%. All right, just because he lived by the street and lived by the way of the gun does not automatically mean he deserved to leave this planet in this way. No one deserves that. No one. Okay, just because he was moving a little merchandise and doing his thing and posting things online does not automatically mean he deserves to be dodging bullets out in these streets or die in this kind of way. He doesn't deserve it. No one does, right? And yes, let me be real. There's a lot of people that want to get out of the hood. There's a lot of people that want to get out of that lifestyle, but it's not easy. It is hard to get out of that lifestyle. Remember, if this was the situation where it was a quick deal, remember, he could have been like, hey, I'm out this, honey. I swear to God. I'm done. I'm out. But it's fast money and we got a kid on the way. And I want to make sure we got our stuff on point. Again, it's the hood, it's the streets dragging you back in. I know that sounds really corny, like some Godfather 3 type stuff. But at the same time, as much as you are trying to get out of the situation, those situations keep finding ways to drag you back in. And one of the things I can see is him going, well, I got all this merch and I need to get this out of here. Let me just move this weight. This is the last time. I'm done. And I know that sounds like the tragic ending to a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going on this last heist. And then, of course, the last heist, the guy dies. You know those movies, okay? Good guy, been doing a heist all his life. But one day he meets this wonderful, cute little, sprightly, amazing woman that makes him want to change his ways. But he still has to do that one last heist. Because, his mom needs it for a bone marrow transplant or something crazy like that, right? And then next thing you know, the dude dies. But he found love. And he found a new lease on life. But you got to add that dramatic twist at the end, right? And that one last heist is the one that he dies in. Dag nabbit. That was my last gig. And this could very well been that situation. Well, it's quick, babe. Let me just make this money real quick. Fabian's coming. We gotta stack up on this bread. So let me just go and do this really quick. Let's go. Let's come with me. This is going to be fast. We're going to be in and out. Bing, boom. Right? Bop, bop. We'll be back home. We'll be back home in time to watch your shows and chill. So that could very well be what it was, right? Could have been that. Where it's like, all right. I already posted this stuff. Everybody knows I re-upped. Let me just stack up on this bread one last time. Son will be here. Once son is here, I'm on a different path. I'm on a cleaner lifestyle. I do not want my son to live in this life and understand about the streets like I do. So let me just try to do something different. Maybe. Nicole B's like, no, Pascal, no. But maybe. Hey, it's easy money. Let's get it. But when he gets here, I'm done. That's a possibility. It is. But I'm just saying. Yeah, Kiki, I would like to believe that too. But like I said, it is really hard. Like I've said before, a lot of people complain about how hard it is to get out because the opportunities that are out here in these streets are not like the opportunities, I'm sorry, that are not in the streets, that easy money type thing. It's hard to shake that feeling. It's hard to get out of it. It's the same thing. I'm sorry, but this is also a thing too that I notice with like people who are in the service industry, who wait tables, who bartend, that bartend in really popular restaurants and bars. Fast money is really addicting. That fast money, for a fact, you're going to see that cash in your hand at the end of that shift, and especially if you work, even strippers, okay, even exotic dancers, okay, even them. It's hard to shake it when you get that fast cash, right? Boom, it's in your hand. You know exactly. You worked really hard that night. You're walking out with a couple bills, couple bands, God forbid, whatever the job is that's cash heavy, right? Then imagine that person trying to go and get a regular 9 to 5. It's hard for them to go, ooh, but that fast money's right there. But that 9 to 5, but I won't see that money until later. And then taxes are taken out. You see what I'm saying? So it's just something that I look at. It's hard to shake that type of lifestyle when you're so accustomed to it. And I think with this, if he really was trying to shake that lifestyle, it's hard, especially when all you know is the streets, especially all the people that you run with, all the people that you hang out with, all the correspondence that you have out here in these streets are all related to the streets. So it's hard to get out of it because those talons, those are sunk all the way in a lot of times. Just saying, you got to remember some of these cats are so engulfed into it that it's tattoos, it's all up here and all that. Imagine trying to get a substantial corporate job with face tattoos and tears tattoos and tattoos representing your hood, your gang and stuff. Kind of hard out here. You see what I'm saying? Some of them are just that deep into the street life that is written on their face, literally, So interesting, It's just interesting. And if he really was trying to move on from it, I could see how it could be a little difficult for him to do so. But let's continue.
This case moves to the district attorney's office, and the Guerra say they want nothing less than the death penalty for Christopher Preciado.
Damn. Now it's on the DA. He had said something about the death penalty, and I'm going to hold him accountable to his word. And that's the next process for me, is him confirming that.
We did get a statement this afternoon from the district attorney's office about the case, and they say an additional capital murder charge could be added for Christopher for the death of the unborn child, but that hasn't been decided just yet. As far as the death penalty after an indictment, the Capital Crimes Committee will then decide whether to seek the death penalty or not.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised. But this is Texas. We talking about Texas. So I'm going to be real. Texas is going to come at him hard. I see the ultimate price coming. I see him fighting the ultimate price. He took the life of an unborn baby. Let's be real. A pregnant mother and an unborn baby. Period. So him not getting the DP would be absolutely surprising to me. But if that's what the family of the Guerra family is pushing for, I guarantee you it's coming. It's coming. And yes, I do agree. Oh, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the baby should count. You're telling me he didn't know? You're telling me he didn't know? Okay, you know what? I will say this. I will say this. All right. There's a slim possibility that he didn't know that she was pregnant. But that's slim, y'all. That's slim. Sadie B, exactly, okay? Texas don't F around. They don't F around, son. They don't. So DP is coming for that kid for sure. And then you can lock up daddy. All right. Pop can go away for a while, for a long while, for all I care. Okay. Jeep said, baby counts, and it's Texas. It's going to count big time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I hope that they're pushing hard for them, because let's be real. Whether he gets the DP or not, I think that should be part of the punishment for him, if that makes any sense. Trying to fight to not get the DP. He should be terrified out of his mind right now and be in trial fighting for his right to live. That's what I think. You took a baby. You took a baby. You took a pregnant mother. That kid didn't even have a chance. So we'll give you a chance to fight your plea in court. That's the punishment I want to see. I want to see him go gray and bald, go balding in while he's in trial, because of the nerves, because of the frustration, and him gain 200 pounds because of the stress. That's what I think is karma, and it would be karma rightfully deserved. Becky, thank you so much for the 20. I appreciate it. I came in right as you imitated dad giving up his son. Yeah, I'm here for the lulls too, guys. I'm here for the lulls. You know what I mean? We have a good time here, don't we? We have a good time. Okay? Like I said, hold it down for you, son. Whoop, whoop. Chris. He's right here. Chris. You know what I mean? Have mercy. Talbis said, they're going to fry the fajitas out of them. I'm done. You got that's the terrible dad joke. That's terrible. Terrible, Talvish. Terrible. All right. But yeah, I'm thinking, do I open up the phone lines for like 5 seconds or no? Because I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's been talked about in here. I think it's really a really bad move. I will say that. I think it's a really, really bad move that they are trying to make it seem that he's trying to lie, that he's lying, not even trying, that he's actually lying. And I'm talking about Christopher. Okay. Ramon seems to be just, like I said, he is in jail right now, in his mind, thinking about ways to get out of this as quickly as possible. Okay. And that's beyond just bail. Him being like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? To you know what I mean? What else do you need? I've already told you guys everything that I know. I've already pointed myself out. I've already admitted to my hand in moving the remains of these 3 individuals. That is it. What more do you need? I have a feeling he's already doing that right now, pacing back and forth in his jail cell, hearing the other people in the jail calling out his name. Seriously. Because they all know who he is and what he's in there for. And they don't take kindly to baby unalivers or baby unalivers adjacent. Okay? And this is bad. You know what? I will. I think I will. Why not? Why not? I will open up the phone lines, but I'd love to hear some new voices, okay? New voices would be great. Give me a call, 314-766-4581. And the question I have for you guys, okay, for this, one, let me just say this. Do not call right now. I have not opened up the phone lines. Actually, let me take this down really quick. Do not call yet, okay? Got a question for you guys. Would you rat out your own flesh and blood if they were involved in something like this? Or would you be the person that took their secrets to the grave with you? Okay? So give me a call, 314-766-4581. Would you risk it all for your kid? Or would you tell him, I'm getting you the best lawyer I can afford, but you're turning yourself in? Okay? So give me a call. Keep it sweet. Keep it short. Keep it classy. Don't be a jerk or hang up on that ass. That's just as simple as it is. Okay? 314-766-4581. Would you or would you not help your kid out? No judgment here at all whatsoever. Okay? But phone lines are open, so love to hear your thoughts on it. And let me get this too. Black Lake, thank you so much for the 2. The inmates are going to love his luscious hair. Oh, yeah. With Christopher? Chrissy. Yeah. Yeah. Chris better not drop the soap while he's in there. Trust and believe. All right? Because they going to make a meal out of him. I'm telling you right now. They will make a meal out of that. Anyway, 314-766-4581. Give me a call. What are your thoughts? Okay? Would you or would you not? It's very simple, right? And tell me why on either one, right? Let me know your thoughts. And again, I'm telling you right now, there's no way on God's green earth that he could John Woo, Jackie Chan, the manipulate the weapon out of the way for it to go flush up against the head. There's just no way. All right. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Pascal, it's Dominique again from Houston.
Dominique from Houston. What's up? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Well, I probably have an unpopular opinion, but I guess I'm just being honest.
Be honest.
I don't think I would have helped my son in that moment, but I really can't honestly say that if he would have came back to the house after the fact, that I would not have maybe assisted with him disappearing or something of that nature. But I can definitely say that I would not have been the one to help move a body, move a car, move anything. But I also, I have 2 teenage sons. I have an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old, where one of these situations could easily possibly be me in inner city Houston with my young black men. So I'm just throwing it out there. That's probably where I would land on that one. But as far as me help facilitating in any shape, form, or fashion in that nature, that's a hard no.
That's a hard no.
But hard no on that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this sounds weird, but have you ever had that kind of question like brought up to you in any kind of way? Because I mean, for me, I've never had that. I've thought about it before. I mean, because of the multiple times we've had these kind of situations, like, everything all the way back to Brian Laundrie story time as well. But every time I think about it, I'm like, no, I no. No, I'd be like, you're getting the best lawyer I can afford. In fact, I don't even know if I would even want to help them with their lawyer, because I feel like it's your bed, you lie in it, and how I raised you better. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit too tough love, okay, with it, but
No,
I don't know.
I don't think you are. I think that's what a lot of us would like to say and believe. And to be honest with you, no one's ever brought that question up to me. I just said, as much as we watch these things happen, and it's so kind of, it's kind of what we consume on a almost daily basis in the world. So it is something that you think about as, for one, having children, having sons, me being, a black woman raising my young black men, and being in inner city Houston. It's just one of those things that you just happen to think about, even if you don't want to think about it, like I'm sure a lot of other parents do. But I think that it's hard when you say it right now. Like, I want to say, yes, I did raise you better than that. But at the same time, it's kind of like you think about it. Not that I'm too lenient, as I don't like to believe I'm lenient as a parent, but I will say this. I will say that for most parents, sometimes you get to the point where it's kind of like you've done all the raising that you can do. And the best part about that is that you've developed these minds. Now, whether they go right or left, it's not really up to you anymore.
Right.
So
you're right. I mean, there's only so much you can do with your, when it comes to raising your children. The rest is their own free will and what they choose to do with their lives, right? And I guess that's kind of why I feel, I don't know. Somebody in the chat said, people be capping, many low key would help out their kid. And the thing is like, I don't know. For me, it's, I think I'd be doing the tough love route because I'd just be so disappointed. And I would want them to know how wrong what they did is. But that's just me. That I guess I'm a little bit more savage than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I agree. So disappointed, so very sad, and so very scared for their life. You hit the harsh reality of them ending someone else's life. And that's just like, taking your own life. I would kind of put those two together. But also,
right,
what's going to happen to my child once he's in there, it's maybe the selfish way to look at it, but it's also the reality of it.
Yeah.
I can't do anything for this person who's no longer here.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking at my child, it's kind of like, well, I still have that sense of, well, what's going to happen to you? So don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to if the police come after the fact, if after I did say I would help them escape, right? But if they come after the fact, I'm not going to continue to lie for him because I'm not going to be down there as well.
Right. Right. I see. That's the thing. I don't want to get locked up for what he did. I mean, or for what they did. I'd be like, no, you pay the price. You fight it out. You get you get your punishment, right? You do your time. And if you get to get out, then you get to get out. If you don't, you don't. But yeah, I wouldn't be sitting there burying the bodies for my kid. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I just couldn't. But thank you so much for the phone call. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I don't want to say my name.
Okay, that's fine.
But everyone with me knows exactly who this is. I'm going to tell a cute little story about being a bad mom.
Okay.
But my daughter was busted for what's called negligent driving because she was driving after having a beer.
Oh, one beer?
Got pulled over. She lost her license. What?
One beer?
One beer.
Wow.
She was speeding 3 miles an hour over the speed limit, and the jerk gave her a negligent driving. We called it the gift that kept giving. And she knew how I felt about drunk drivers. And I said, if you ever get caught drinking and driving, your car's gone. So she was afraid to call me, and her dad said the same thing. And she was afraid to call him, so she got a public defender. And it cost her $6,000 in the end. And it was a horrible price that we all paid, including me taking a week off of work to take her to and from her job so she wouldn't lose it because she had lost her license. I looked through every one of her court documents, and she blew a .03. And that cost us a fortune. And we didn't have it. And I didn't even pay for that one. I made her pay for it herself because she should have called one of us. So I can tell you without a doubt, there's no way in heck I would back the M charge.
I see.
There we go.
So really, really quick, I'm just curious. Okay, so .03 and in wherever you
03.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
.03. It is literally a beer over about 3 hours with food.
Wow, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And so
yeah, but that's what documents read.
Wow.
3 miles an hour speed limit.
And was she of legal age, or was she a minor?
Nope, she was 22.
What?
22 years old.
That doesn't
She had a very friend in the car with her, and she was speeding with someone else in her vehicle.
So
I wish I was kidding.
So so the only thing that she did wrong was that she was speeding. So the only law that she broke was the speeding limit. Speed limit.
Yep.
Is what it
3
sounds
miles
like.
an hour over. You tell me which person doesn't drive 3 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Everyone does.
Who doesn't go home with having maybe one beer or one glass of wine in their system?
True.
All of us do.
Wow.
And I was livid. I found out.
What was her punishment again?
She ended up having to pay for it herself, but she was working and she had a very good job. So in the end, she paid for it, but the courts fined her $500.
Mm-hmm.
They took her license, and when they suspended it, she thought she'd gotten it back because she was making a payment plan, and she had to do 2 weekends of community service. That was a hard punishment for .03. I was very upset with the court system, so I helped her.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Wait, what is the
Washington State is loaded with.
Well, what is it? What is it? The what is the legal, or like the what do they say? Like if you blow this, you are intoxicated. What's the normal number? It's like .08.
0.08. Mm-hmm.
And all she was doing was speeding. That's so weird.
Mm-hmm. But she had someone else in the car with her.
So you're saying .008. So
no, .08 is legal limit, and she was .03, which is under that.
Wow, that doesn't make any sense. That still doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And then the judge just had time that day, it sounds like. He had nothing else to do.
I guess.
That's really, really messed up.
Deal. She spent a couple nights in jail because I had to go bail her out.
Yeah. No, that's terrible. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's been a long time, but it was 10 years on her record that I think maybe it was 8 years that she actually had difficulty finding jobs.
Oh, I bet she did.
The gift that kept giving.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that wasn't murder, and it was not, killing someone. It was a bullshit ticket. Sorry, that any one of us could have done.
Right. And of course, I mean, she still was driving fast. She still was speeding and all that as well. I'm not sitting here saying that it justifies what she got. But at the same time, I get that you're like, okay, this is the bet that she made. She's going to have to lie in it for right now. And it's unfortunate that she was dealt that card. But I've heard wilder stories. I will say that. I've heard wilder stories. So
I was a broken mom. Didn't help her.
Yeah. No, I feel you. She just had to pay the piper, which is really sad. But I appreciate you telling me the story. Thank you.
All right. But no, I would not bail this person out.
Never,
He's
right?
Trash.
Never. Thank you so much.
Nope.
All right.
All right, you guys. Have a good night. Everybody behave in chat. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like.
Thank you. Hit that like button.
I saved myself away, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Appreciate you
Bye,
calling
y'all.
in. Bye. Hold on. Oh, I thought somebody was in there, but hold on. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Pascal. This is Aesop's Inspiration. How are you?
Aesop, what's up? Thank you so much for calling in. It's nice to hear your voice. What's on your mind?
To hear yours too. So I just wanted to say,
yeah.
I do kind of have a younger child. He's not driving age yet.
Uh-huh.
I think that I would help him out. However, I'm a super duper punk, and I have a slight response. So I would probably, I would more than likely talk him into turning himself in. So I think I would be like that mom that was on camera, washing her son's pants with the blood out of him or whatever.
Right.
I love my son dearly, and but I will not take that to the grave. There's no way that I would be able to do something like that. I definitely talk him into turning himself in. Absolutely.
No doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
You love your son's dirty drawers, but still, no matter what, you'd still turn that ass in. I got you.
We are turning that ass in, absolutely.
And
I'll go down with him and I'll hold his hand and, sit in the lobby and go through the entire process with him, but we're going to jail.
Facts. Yeah. It's like, I appreciate you breaking it down and telling me the whole story about everything, son, but you going to jail. We're going to go and do that.
Yeah.
We're not going to do all this extra mess. Don't shower. Don't do anything. We're not destroying any evidence. We're taking it all the way down there.
I demonstrate how not to pick up the soap. I'd be like, this is how you don't bend over to pick up the soap. This is how you get it, but yeah.
Bend at the knees, not at the hips, y'all. Bend at the knees, not at the hips.
That's all I'm saying, because I think we have I see it's kind of split where some people are like, I will, help my child, because you love your kids. And
Right.
even in situations like that, you think you would not do something like that. And then next thing you know, there you are, helping. I don't think that Mr. Ramon saw himself helping him, helping his child do something like that. Now, I don't think he necessarily raised him to be a murderer. They have a nice house, it looks like they have a decent life. It's not like they needed the money. So I definitely like to know what the motives were behind something like this. But, I don't think that he's necessarily a bad parent. I just think he loves his kid.
Yeah.
So,
and I get that. Yeah. I totally get that. And it's crazy what you'll do for your kids, right? It's crazy what you'll do for love, right? Didn't Will Smith say that? Crazy thing you do for love, right? So
wasn't that Meatloaf?
Oh, right. But he said he won't do that. So he won't do that.
Oh.
He'll do anything for love, but he won't do that. What that
but
is,
not that.
you take your pick on what that is, okay, in your own mind, okay?
Yeah.
But I see your point there. I guess for me, it's, well, one, yes. I mean, I obviously I would be loving my child or my children the best way I can. But there is also tough love in there too. So yeah, I feel like there's a part of me that would be telling him like, hey, this is the bed you made. You gonna go down there. I love you, but I'm very disappointed right now. I'm more than just disappointed. And we gonna go down there and you're gonna do what you need to do. Whether you want to do it or not, you're gonna do it, because I'm not saving you. I'm not saving you out of this one. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to the father, right? The father has a lot going for him too. Let's not forget that. Like he had, it looks like it was two different really nice trucks in there. He has a whole air conditioning business, which obviously I'm sure was doing very well for himself. Like he risked everything just to try to cover things up for his son. And I could see maybe gut reaction going, what do we need to do? Tell me what we need to do. I need to save you. You're my legacy, right? Because that's his son. That's the son that's carrying on the Preciado last name. But at the same time, though, wow, like you're willing to risk it all? You really think you're not going to get caught in this day and age?
And there's no way he could have thought he was going to hop out of that truck and not be identifiable.
I mean, he made the big mistake by doing that, but he also made the big mistake by pulling up in his big ass Chevy in that place and have that rendezvous with his son, because that's when they said, wait a second, we're going to do all the reverse math, Charlie Chan Drive, here it is. Interesting. Oh, interesting. That Silverado is right there.
Blocks away.
Thank you. Oh, that's interesting. And now, you know what I mean? And then because he got his ass out the car, it's like, oh, and he's big. Oh, snap. We got the guy. He's right there. You see what I'm saying? He done messed that up. Okay.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, but thank you for taking my call.
Anytime.
I don't want to keep you.
No, you're good.
Thank you so much, Pascal. It's really good to talk to you. And I love your content. I said that in the comments. So thank you.
Thank you, Aesop. I'll be seeing you in the chat. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, and bend from the knees, not from the hips. Okay. Bend from the knees, not from the hips. Just so you guys know. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Ooh. Yeah, that is it. That is the last of the calls. Unfortunately, guys, that is the last of the calls. But I appreciate you guys calling in. I was gonna just make a short one for you guys. Okay. But it is over. Okay. I'm closing up the phone calls, but I do appreciate everybody calling in. I know a lot of y'all still have some opinions and thoughts, but unfortunately, that is a wrap on the Speak On It segment. Trust me, there will be more Speak On It segments in the future, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on that really, really quick. Again, guys, obviously, what you do with your family is up to you, but obviously, always try to take the right road. Okay, take the right approach out here in these streets, because honestly, you're better off having your child go and get justice, right? Fessing up and getting justice, because that could mean a lesser sentence and all that. There are possibilities in the situation, right? Where it could help that your son or your daughter from being locked away for so long. It shows that they feel remorse and they feel wrong for what they did. And I know still a monster is a monster. A crime is still a crime, and they should still be in there paying the price for what they've done. But at the same time, it's always the right thing to do. Don't try to cover up for your kids. You're going to get caught anyway. Real talk. Man, we were just talking about another story, another case just a few months ago. And I'm forgetting the name right now. It's totally escaping me. But her remains were found in some grassy knoll, right? The husband was brought in for questioning 1 million times. He was even locked up. They even assumed that it was him, right? And I'm not sitting here saying that his parents were helping him cover up the crime. But all I'm saying is, with technology, with time, these truths get unearthed. And I mean that metaphorically and figuratively speaking. Just because you think you got away with it now doesn't mean that they're not going to catch your ass 10 years down the line. And that's exactly what happened to this particular person too. All right, with this particular case. I forgot her name, and that's going to drive me crazy. But she was a cyclist, older woman, was married. Husband was a contractor. Apparently discarded her bike out into the woods and all that. I'm forgetting her name. That's going to drive me absolutely crazy. But anyway, all I'm saying is more few. Thank you. More few. Okay. That's another case, right? That we've talked about, that we've covered. And I'm telling you right now, like, if I'm correct, she is blonde, I think. No, not you're talking about Suzanne Morphew. Thank you. Yes, she is blonde, if I'm correct. But again, he allegedly buried her remains out in some grassy knoll, and then all of a sudden her remains came out of nowhere. They were found, right? So it's the same thing that's happening. Look at Rex Heuermann, Gilgo Baggins. Remember? Okay, the Gilgo Beach serial monster. Remember him? Remember all the victims that were found in Gilgo Beach? Long Island area? In there for years, right? Found, but they've been looking at this for years. And now they finally got their guy, right? So it doesn't matter how much you sit there and think you just got away with M. The truth will always come to light, right? So I always say, hey, choose the right way rather than the wrong, because you're going to get caught anyway. Doesn't matter how hard you run away. All this stuff comes out. Look at Diddy. Look at all the other stuff that's been going on recently. All this stuff has been coming out. All of it. And it's been absolutely insane. And I'm here for it. Shoot, the list, if you know what I'm talking about, that list is out here, y'all. And does it expose a lot of people? Yes. But does it expose a lot of bad people? I don't know. But there's a lot of names on that list that have been exposed. We're going to talk about that too here soon. We're going to be talking about that very, very soon. But we definitely have to okay, so quick question for you before I wrap up the show. And I was just about to say that, Phantasmic. Cat Williams. Do you guys want me to cover Cat Williams? Press the number 1 in the chat. Actually, you know what? No. Let me just do this as a poll. As a very, very quick flash poll. Okay. There we go. Simple one. Blah ow. Okay. Hold on. So go to the top of the chat. All right. And vote. Because I really want to quickly vote. All y'all before we wrap up the show. And also don't forget to hit that like button down below. We are almost at 1K. Give me a K. K. Let's get a K. All right. Don't put a number 1. Go to the chat. To the top of the chat, there's a poll up right now. Go put it in there. Because I want to hear your thoughts on that too. Because that is also a very, very interesting conversation. And I do want to cover that. I want to cover the list. And I definitely want to cover Cat Williams as well. And Cat Williams is, he said some things. And we do need a little bit of a breath, you know, like some release from all this. Unless there's something else that pops off tomorrow morning with this particular case. I'm just curious. Vote. Let me know. Let's see how many votes are in here so far. Let me get 300 votes. Because there's like over 1,000 people in here watching the show at the end. And I do appreciate all y'all for being here. Let me get 300 votes. Okay, real quick. Go up to the top. Yes or no. It's very simple. Okay. Let me know what you think on that. And yes, Ricky Smiley did speak out about Kat. Everyone spoke out. Kevin Hart spoke out. I don't know if Steve Harvey spoke out yet. Maybe he has since the recording of this show right now. But a lot of people have said a lot of things. And all these stories, like, you know, I've been wanting to get more of these variety stories. You know what I mean? Bring in other topics into the show, and I can't with these because they're so big. You know, like the Affidavit. These cases are pretty big. Cat Williams is a big story because it's like the whole interview is so meaty. I watched that whole thing yesterday. It's insane, right? That is a big story. The the list. I can't even say the name. You know who I'm talking about. That list is meaty. Okay, the whole documents, almost 1,000 pages, meaty as hell. Right. So I want us to talk about all this stuff. Right. Because I try to keep it balanced to a certain extent. Right. So definitely. Please vote before we head out, before we end the show. I want to know your thoughts. Fuza, thank you so much for being a member for 14 months, love. Very appreciated. Grassy Knoll. That scene in the police garage last night kind of reminded me of when L.H. Oswald was shot in the police garage in Dallas, Texas. Interesting. That's a deep cut. But I see what you're saying. That's crazy, actually, if you think about it. Yeah, you're right. That is kind of crazy. It does kind of look like that a little bit. Just shot in just the camera angle was different, right? It was just a different angle, right? That's interesting. That is interesting. You know? But yeah. Keep voting, y'all. Don't be shy. Keep on voting. All right. Because right now it's a hard yes. Right now, still. So if you're going, no, I don't want you to vote it. I don't want you to do it. No, then put in your votes. But we do, for me, I definitely feel like we need to talk about it. We can't not talk about it. Now, will it be an episode that everybody wants to watch? I don't know. The list is going to be a tough one, too. I will say that. The list is going to be a tough one. The list is going to be tough. Because there's a lot of people in there. Leonardo DiCaprio, Naomi Campbell, David Copperfield. There's a lot of names on this thing. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, let me just get to 200 votes. We're almost there on the poll. Go to the poll. Get your ass to the poll. I need to make that a soundbite. Period. So whenever we do these polls, I can just hit the thing and it just says it for me. Bill Gates. We already talked about this morning, but even Stephen Hawking, Stephen Hawking. Like, what the fuck? Okay, Stephen Hawking. I didn't know he was. He's real flavorful. He flavorful. Okay. Yeah, he's real creative. He's got time on his hands though. Like, I don't mean to be mean, but he got time to think about what he wants. He's interesting. So we're going to talk about that for sure. Okay. And Leo DiCaprio is on that list for sure. Yeah, he about that life, allegedly. Okay. Yeah, he David Copperfield tried to do a trick, like, and it still reappeared. He's like, tried. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. He's flavorful. It's just he's flavorful. I don't know how else to explain it, guys. He is just flavorful. It is like, it's just, what? It makes no sense. Okay, with the Steve. Let me just show it to you. Let me just pull this up for you guys. Okay, let me just. Oh my God. Let me just see if I can. I gotta find it. I really do need to find it, because I really I really can't believe this is real. But it is something that's being shared a lot. Actually, I shouldn't. I should do that. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing, is going to be breaking it down in a couple episodes, because it's so much. It's 953 pages so far, and that's just so far. If there's more information, because they're supposed to be dropping the documents bit by bit over the next couple days. So we're just going to get a rollout of just document after documents after documents. This first one that they dropped is 953 pages long. Okay. And there are some things that are being said about Stephen Hawking that are just interesting, but I don't know. I'm wondering if that's actually true. So yeah. Anyway, if it is absolutely true, it's interesting. Okay. But I will share with you this. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick, because we will be deep diving into this much, much more. But A-list stars, politicians and leading figures named in these files, everything from PA, Bill Clinton, Naomi Campbell, and Leonardo DiCaprio are among the famous faces in this 1,000-page document. Okay. So we'll see. I mean, and that's just the tip of the iceberg on this whole thing. Okay. I mean, they got Cameron Diaz, Kate Blanchett. I mean, there's just names that were on this list, David Copperfield, etc. That's some fascinating stuff. But like I said, 953 pages long. It's a lot. So I think I'm going to be doing a beat by beat type of thing. I'm also hearing that, from what I've heard about Stephen Hawking, they're saying that could possibly be fake news. But like I said, it's just crazy. All right. Very, very crazy. So I'm going to end the poll. It's almost at no. Let's get it to 300 votes. Let me get a cool, even 300 votes. We have 270 votes in the poll. Please, I need 30 more people to just go up there and click yes or no. Because I really want to know if you guys want me to cover Cat Williams and all the stuff that he said about basically every comedian on this under the sun. All the newest, hottest comedians, all the way down to the old heads, some of the pioneers of stand-up comedy out here. He put cases on everybody, y'all. Everybody. But I want to hear your thoughts, because if majority rules, if majority say yes, then I will cover it first thing tomorrow morning. And then we will do the list in the afternoon. Okay? So I need 20 more votes. 20. Come on, guys. Doesn't take too much to just go and lift that finger and boop, yes or no. All right? Yes or no. We're 16 away. 16 away from 300. Okay? Melanated Drip said, Pascal, you're playing with my feelings. I'm not playing with nobody's feelings. Okay? Jackie Sue said, Kat said some mean things too. Yeah, he said a lot of things. He said a lot of things. Like a lot. It's 4 away, guys. 3. Nope. 5 away. 1 away. 300 votes. Yay. Well, it keeps on going back and forth. Hold on. Yeah. Send it past like 300 real quick. Yay. Yee. Because it seems like people are voting and then unvoting. Make up your doggone minds, guys. I'm kidding. But, okay. I'm ending the poll at 307 votes. Bang. Let's see. Okay. It says 80% of y'all, out of 307 votes, 80% of y'all say, yes, you want me to cover the Cat Williams. Yes, you will get that with ease. What do I got? Yes. Just by the flick of my wand. The fuck? You get your wish come true. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, we will be talking about Cat Williams. Okay? We will be. I don't know what that was. Don't ask me questions, y'all. I'm here. Okay. It's Thursday night. I don't know. Okay. So we will be talking about Cat Williams in the morning. Okay. First thing in the morning, we will be going through not the whole thing, but the meat, the big bullet points of Cat Williams' interview. He really angered a lot of people out here in these streets. Made a lot of people mad. unless there's some new information that drops in this Savannah Soto case. But for right now, I know a lot of us still are watching that interview because the interview is as long as the Titanic. I mean, the movie. It's like 2 hours and 46 minutes long, to be precise. It is a long interview. I sat through the whole doggone thing yesterday. The whole thing. Okay? So I definitely was watching it so I could talk to you guys about it, but there's been so much breaking news with the Savannah Soto case and Matthew Guerra case that I was like, okay, I need to, I want to cover this and talk about it right quick. Okay. So do me a favor before you head out, though. Hit that like button down below. We're almost at 1K. That would be really appreciated. Okay. We're 10 likes away. All right. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. But we will be talking about Kevin Hart. Well, Kevin Hart's involved in the conversation tomorrow. So we will be talking about that too. Like I said, as you wish. As you wish. Okay, guys. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Over 8 million views. Dag nail. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. 8 million views on that one interview. Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay broke the doggone internet. So we will be talking about that first thing in the morning. Okay. Thank you so much for the 1K in the likes. We will be talking about that because that's huge. Okay. Yes, I agree, S-Dubs. Y'all are awesome. Okay. Every single last one of y'all. Oh, thank you, Diane, for watching. And that you'll be watching tomorrow morning. Be on the lookout for it. Tomorrow morning, we will be talking about the Cat Williams thing. I watched the whole thing. I have my 2 cents, my own opinions about a lot of things that he said, which will be very surprising to you guys, I'm sure. So be sure to tune in. We'll most likely open up the phone lines later on in the show to hear your thoughts about everything. So be on the lookout for the conversation. Please, by all means, do not forget to go and subscribe to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please go over there. Check it out. I'm putting out a lot of clips on that page. I could really use the help and the views, of course. And if you appreciate the conversations, the phone calls that we're having over here, majority of them are now starting to be posted and uploaded onto the secondary YouTube channel. So please go over there and check it out and subscribe if you can. Okay. And that is not the channel. Everyone does that. That's not the channel, guys. That is not the channel. My secondary channel is the Pascal Show Clips. Hold on. I'm just going to get this real quick so that we all have it. So there's no question whatsoever on where it is. Here it is. This happened last time. That's okay. I ain't mad at nobody. Okay? I ain't mad at you. It happens. So the link is now in the chat officially. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. Please, by all means, go subscribe over there. Like I said, been putting out a lot of clips over there. This recent conversation, this last Speak On It segment, for example, and this morning's Speak On It segment is on there right now as we speak. I will be uploading this one on there in just a little bit. If you just want to relive and remember to bend from the knees, not from the hips. You never know. You might need that information later on in your life. So anyway, please do that. Subscribe over there. Comment on some videos. Relive some of the great moments we've had in our conversations that we greatly appreciated. But while you're here, don't forget to hit that like button. We did make it to 1K. Thank you so very, very much. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button over here on my YouTube channel. Go and follow me on my TikTok, my X, and on my Instagram, The Pascal Show, one word. It'd be great to have you over there and be a part of those conversations that are happening over there as well. Okay, guys, Anyway, I will see you guys very, very soon. Much love to you guys. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. Don't worry. We will be talking about the list. Trust me. But tomorrow morning, Cat Williams, unless something big pops off in between these shows. Okay? Much love to you guys. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Stay safe, guys. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.